Hello students. Apna Study presents you the Hindu News Bulletins for the 20th of June. Let's dive in.
National News. COVID-19 infections to hit India by October.
A third wave of COVID-19 infections is likely to hit India by October, says a Reuters poll of medical experts. A poll of 40 experts from around the world showed that a significant pickup in vaccinations will likely provide some cover for a fresh outbreak. But the pandemic will remain a public health threat for at least another year.
CSIR and Tata the 1,500 to develop mobile COVID-19 testing labs.
Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) has tied up with Tata the 1,500, a subsidiary of the Tata Group, to develop mobile testing laboratories to increase COVID-19 testing capacity in rural India. The initiative will utilize CSIR's network of close to 40 labs across India. CSIR had developed a coronavirus detection test that employed a gene editing technology called CRISPR.
COVID-19 the need for a new parliament.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla is over after 2 years in office. He says none of the opposition MPs contested the need for a new parliament building during meetings with him. He talks about the importance of letting all elected representatives have a voice in parliament. He also says he encouraged MPs to raise zero-hour notices, where most don't get the opportunity.
BJP activists killed in West Bengal post-election violence.
Justice Indira Banerjee withdraws from hearing petition filed by families of 2 BJP activists killed in West Bengal. The case was heard by another vacation bench of Justices Vaneet Saran and B.R. Gavai in May. Petition alleged that there was an indiscriminate killing of innocent people following election results by the vengeful ruling party.
COVID-19 cases in India slowly declining.
India is showing a steady decline in the number of new COVID-19 cases, but this decline should not be taken for granted, says Niti Aayog VK Paul. Dr. Paul added that the virus is mutating and that we can't lower our guards.
How has 1 year in jail changed you?
Natasha Narwal was released from Tihar jail on Thursday after more than a year of incarceration in a case pertaining to the Northeast Delhi riots. She says seeing the struggle of other inmates without support systems has humbled her and strengthened her commitment to ensure that injustice does not go unchallenged.
HTBT cotton seeds, the importance of law enforcement.
Seed manufacturers claim that the sale of illegal seed packets has more than doubled from 30 lakh last year to 75 lakh this year. Industry lobbies have written to the Agriculture Ministry, demanding that action be taken to stop such sales and punish offenders. Baby cotton is the only transgenic crop that has been approved by the Centre for Commercial Cultivation in India.
International news. COVID-19 vaccines, the US spends $3.2 billion.
The US will spend $3.2 billion on developing antiviral treatments for COVID-19 and prepare for other pandemic threats, viruses that have the potential to cause pandemics. The antiviral program seeks to accelerate testing and authorization of promising medicines and also support the discovery of new molecules.
Iranians vote in a presidential election.
Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei casts first vote in Tehran. Turnout is expected to fall to a new low in a country exhausted by sanctions. But away from the polling stations, some voiced anger at what they saw as a stage-managed election. Opposition groups abroad and some dissidents have urged a boycott of the vote.
Colombo Zoo animals infected with COVID-19.
Sri Lanka authorities seek guidance from India on treating animals contracting the deadly virus COVID-19. Thor, a lion gifted by a zoo in Seoul in 2013, tested positive for the deadly virus. It is the first known case of an animal contracting the virus in the island nation.
The Biden administration in Russia.
Joe Biden described Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin as a killer in 2011. Biden described Putin as going to pay for the interference in the 2020 US presidential election. 3 months later, Biden met Mr. Putin in Geneva and sought a more predictable relationship between the two great powers.
Apple daily increases print run to 5,000,000.
Hong Kong pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily increased its print run more than fivefold to 5,000,000 copies. Residents lined up Friday to buy the paper in a show of support for beleaguered press freedoms. The raid on the paper's offices by hundreds of police and security agents marked the first time a sweeping national security law has been used against media.
Business news. The OVO Residences by Raffles by Hinduja Group.
The Hinduja Group recently put up its OVO Residences by Raffles on the market. The property's redevelopment is set to be completed in 2022. Located in Whitehall, close to 10 Downing Street, St James's Park, Buckingham Palace and the Palace of Westminster, the OVO is one of London's most important addresses.
S&P Global Ratings revises rating outlook on ICICI Bank.
S&P Global Ratings revises the rating outlook for ICICI Bank Ltd to stable from negative. The rating agency affirmed its BBB long-term and A3 short-term issuer credit ratings. The bank will benefit from the sale of stakes in subsidiaries.
Sports news. World Test Championship, the reserve day of the WTC final.
The World Test Championship final between India and New Zealand was rain out on Friday. The reserve sixth day can now come into effect with 6 hours of play lost on day one itself. There was a forecast of rain and thunder showers and the heavens opened up last evening with relentless downpour continuing till afternoon.
The Indian men's hockey squad for the Tokyo Olympics.
The 16-member Indian men's hockey squad for the Tokyo Olympics was announced on Friday. Only 5 players from the Rio Olympics have been retained, with PR Srijesh and Manpreet Singh playing their third Olympics. SV Sunil, Akashdeep Singh and Ramandeep Singh are the most surprising exclusions.